Hello folks, welcome back to the channel, the only Honda Snowblower channel on YouTube. Today I'm going to talk about my brand new Honda HS928. I've been using snowblowers, Hondas for years and years and years. I just got the new one, trying to learn how to use it. I had my old dinosaur over here, the old HS80, been using it for years. I found out two things that I want to talk to you about today. I was doing two things wrong with this, and I could damage the Honda, my new Honda, if I continue doing that. I went down to the dealership and I says, "Look, can you show me how to use this right? Because I'm so used to the old machine." Now, first of all, I want to welcome everybody back, all you new people, whether you have a Honda snowblower or you don't, thinking about buying one. I think what we're going to show today is really important. Now, before I forget, the owner's manual, if you didn't get one with your brand new machine, you can get a free download online. All you have to do is type into Google Honda HSS, whatever, 928 724 1332 owner's manual. Now you can get it, you can just read about it online like I did, or you can download the PDF file. It's free. Not don't get confused with the shop manual. Shop manual for repairs you have to buy. But anyways, it's a free download. It has lots of great information. Now everything I'm telling you today is just not my opinion. It's fact. I talked to 35-year veterans, Honda veterans on this, and it's in the shop and it's in the owner's manual. So what I'm telling you is right there in black and white print. Now, let me tell you what I was doing wrong, and let me tell you why I was doing it wrong. This is my old 80. It's got the manual style transmission. Now, how I use this, I didn't shift on the fly like some people do. That is, keep the handle down and shift it. I don't like, I have a feeling that that would wear out the rubber friction disc prematurely. So I don't do it that way. I've never ever had to replace a friction disc. So what I do is I just use my left hand. I use my right hand for the augers and for the chute. And then I shift and then I go down. And then I shift and then I go down or reverse, go down. So it's I'm dumping the clutch, but on the friction disc system it's okay. Now on these new machines, what I was doing wrong, one of the things is I was putting it in forward and then putting the handle down. So, jerking forward, or I put it in reverse. I was using I was using my left hand to shift it just like I did on the old Honda. And then I would dump the clutch, so to speak. They're putting an awful lot of stress on the drive chain and the drive system. So I was told, and this is in the Honda manual also, I'll tell you about that in a minute. The other thing I was doing wrong was using these steering handles incorrectly. I was feathering. Let me let me move it a little bit so you can see. I was feathering the handles. Like if I wanted to turn slightly, I just pull it in just a little ways, just to let it turn. Now at the end of this, I'm going to actually start it up and show you all the functions really quick. You can learn better by practicing on your own on a day like this when there's no snow, and there's no substitute for practice. Don't wait for 2 feet of snow and then try to learn. I mean, it's a good idea to learn in actual snow conditions. But what I was doing wrong, I was feathering to turn it instead of pulling it in all the way. Now, when you want to turn, you pull it in all the way, you turn as much as you want, and then let go and then push it in more if you need to turn more. You don't want to feather it. It's kind of like riding the clutch on the old style manual transmission cars. You're going to burn out the clutch. And I explained this in another video. You're going to prematurely wear some components in your transmission. So that's two things that I learned. Now, if you're brand new to these brand new Honda HS80 snowblowers, they're really easy to use. The instructions for starting are right on the control panel. So the first thing I do is I check the oil. Then I pull the choke out because it's a cold engine. If it's a warm engine, you don't want to use the choke, or a hot engine, you might flood out the engine. The key switch, this is an electric start. It also has a pull start. All I have to do is turn the key. It starts on like a car. Or I can pull start it. And what I like about this, the newer style, is that the forward reverse switch is in the middle. It's not over here like the HS hydrostatic models. So it's a little bit easier to use. You know, here's your throttle over here, which you're really not going to use very much, just to start it, to stop it, and you don't use it very much. I always use my fast throttle when I'm blowing snow. And here's your joystick over here. Now you got your drive handle, and you've got your auger handle. You see how that locks down? Now this serves two purposes. You can keep the augers moving when you're using your joystick, and I'll turn it on in a second. Use your joystick, and then you can use your forward and reverse. Or use your throttle, so you can. And then the other purpose of this lockdown is when you let go of your drive handle to get away from the machine or whatever, it pops up so your augers stop. It's a good safety feature. You don't want to leave the machine with the augers running, you know, kids, dogs, your own feet or whatever. So that's good. So the thumb control is really easy to use. I'm not going to go over that too much. It raises the locks in position. I just let go of the thumb control. It stays in that position. I want to go to the ground. It stays in that position when I let go of the thumb control. It's nice and thick, easy to use. Once again, it takes practice. If you need to go use part of it, you know, up to use the berm, do the berm, then you can leave it here, and then you can go back and do more. Okay. So the functions are really easy to use. Now again, let me show you. When you start it, you want the lever in the neutral position. I got the gas on. I got the choke closed. I'm going to turn it on. And what Honda recommends, with something else that I wasn't really doing too much, is you want to hold down the drive clutch handle for about 30 seconds and try to get it in the neutral. It might walk on you a little bit. Get it in the neutral position. This circulates the transmission oil and warms it up. And according to the owner's manual, you only have to do this for 30 seconds. It's a pretty good habit to get into. It's a good habit when you buy a brand new machine, is read the instructions right on the panel and follow the instructions every time for perhaps, you know, 10 times. After a while, it's a learned habit, and you'll always do the same thing over and over. Now, when you shut it off, you want to put it back in neutral. You want to shut it off, and you want to turn the fuel off. That's another good habit to get into, turning the fuel off. And when you need to use it, you know, the first thing you do is you turn, after checking the oil, is turning the fuel on. So that's a good habit. So let me start this really quick here. I got the choke closed. I got the fuel on. I'm going to start it. I'm going to do this for 30 seconds, and then I'm going to use all the functions so you can see. Probably have to, it's not too cold. I don't have to warm it up too much. letting it warm up. Here's the chute. I want to start in neutral with the drive clutch lever down. But just do it slowly. There's no reason to go fast right off the bat. And once you get it going, you can go faster if you need to. Every time you stop, you want to put it back in neutral. Then you start from there with the handle down. Say, so every time you start, put it in neutral. Then you can go. Have to turn it, go forward. It just takes practice. It takes practice to turn it. You want to pull the steering handles in all the way. And I really recommend you read the owner's manual. It's got a lot of great tips. At the end of this video, I'm going to give you some information on how to keep your Honda Snowblower going for a lifetime and some basic maintenance tips for the HSS models. I forgot to mention at the beginning, there's a little red box on the bottom of the right screen there. That's the subscribe button if you want to get notifications for future videos. So that's pretty much it. I can't think of anything. If I missed anything, put it in the comments. It will help everybody that watches, and we can have a discussion on other good methods to use on your Honda Snowblower, your new one. So thanks for watching, folks, and we'll see you next time.